Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Word on the Street. This is a news analysis and interpretation program that seeks to bring issues that exist in our daily life but are taken lightly yet affect our lifestyle. This will be achieved through episodes shot in the fields of politics, business and economy, and fashion and arts. Today, we will be looking at farming as a business, but before that, these are the stories making headlines. Farmers reap big from digital marketing portal. Equity enters deal to beef up cyber defenses. 11-year-old boy commits suicide in Rongai. And internationally, United Nations report proposes use of force to prevent peacekeepers' death. Welcome back to the show. Today, we are talking about business and we'll be looking at farming in Kenya. Our reporter Josephine Gikaru joins us with a comprehensive package on floriculture.
Floriculture is one of Kenya's top foreign exchange earners as it brings in an average of $45 billion a year. Kenya mainly exports to Asia and Europe. It is also noted that most of the flourishing flower businesses in Kenya are not owned by Kenyans but rather by Asians and Germans. Now this brings in the question, does farming play a major role in our economy?
Yes, farming plays a big role in the Kenyan economy. This is because it forms a huge basis in terms of export products. And of course, the Kenyan population depends on farm produces like foods, cereals.
Yes, it plays a big role in the economy. Floriculture, for example, we sell flowers. Outside, we have money. We sell tea, we sell coffee, boosting our economy. Also, by mama bogas in the marketplace, we get tomatoes, onions. It does play. Also, it employs people.
Yes, it does play a major role. For instance, it's a source of self-employment. So many Kenyans are able to go to the field and work instead of buying machines. That's human labor. Second, it minimizes the foreign exchange, which means we don't have to suffer from being in balance.
Kilimo ni ngao kubwa sana katika nchi yote ambayo inakuwa. Afrika ni nchi ambazo zinapata changamoto kubwa sana kwa sababu hawana chakula cha kutosha. Nchi kama Kenya, kilimo kimesaidia sana kwenye ukuzi wa uchumi kwa sababu moja, ni jambo la kipekee sana kwa mtu yote ambaye anafanya kazi kupata chakula. Watu wengi wanaishi chini ya maisha yao wakipata shida kwa sababu hawapati chakula cha kutosha kwa ajili ya makidhi yao ya siku nzima.
However, floriculture is not what comes to an ordinary person's mind when they think of farming. Our florist had this to say.
I don't think farming has made a contribution to the Kenyan economy because currently we see the world is shifting from agriculture. Back then we could have said it has an impact because we used to export tea leaves, the miraa, there's a ban. You cannot export miraa to the UK right now, so it means people are suffering, the farmers are suffering. So I think Kenya has shifted towards industrialization much more, and also in other platforms or other ways that people are doing their business.
Research shows that the flower farming business in the country is doing very well because of the fertile soils and the good climatic conditions. Reporting for Word on the Street, I am Josephine Gikaru.
Thank you, Josephine, for that impressive package. Earlier on, I was able to meet with Brian Jesse Masiga, who was able to give me more insights about farming in Kenya. Take a look. Hello viewer and welcome to Word on the Street. This is the episode where we're talking about business, and today we'll be focusing on farming as a business. With me, I am joined by Jesse Masiga, who is a farmer, and thank you so much for joining us today. Now we'll just get directly into the questions. What kind of farming do you do? Do you do the small scale farming or large?
I do both, but mostly I major in small scale.
Why do you prefer the small scale farming?
Because in small scale, this is something that you don't have to wait for a very long time for your harvest. Mm-hmm. But the large scale, mostly you have to wait for a very long time for your harvest.
Okay. And as we can see that you're a youth. Why do you think that the African youth right now don't consider farming as a task that they can do?
Okay, for me, I think
many youths, they prefer these white collar jobs. They tend not to go to work, maybe in the shamba. For them, they see it's a way of wasting time or identifying themselves. So it's all about the perspective, about what their parents have taught them. Because if you live with parents that don't like farming, of course you won't farm. Yeah.
So for you, their choice to not love or like farming is as an influence from their parents and let's say maybe the economy, because does farming actually pay well?
Yeah, farming pays a lot. It pays very well because for me, it's something that has made me who I am.
What was your inspiration as a youth to think of farming?
As a youth, I came to realize that I cannot always only depend on my parents to pay for me, to give me pocket money, because mostly I see it something that motivates me when I go to the farm to work. It encourages me, it makes me to be a hardworking man. So even my parents motivates me because all of my life I've stayed with my grandparents and they're both farmers. So I just had to.
Okay. And do you face challenges like financially? Is farming a challenge when you don't have enough funds, maybe let's say for the chemicals or for the tools that you need for your farming? Is it a challenge?
Yeah, farming is very challenging because sometimes, like, let me give you an example of last year. There was a time where there was no rain, and you know when you depend on farming and there's such drought, you feel very sad because sometimes maybe it's there must be rain, but sometimes like making your crops to just grow well, like farming mostly it does well in the village, and when you don't have like enough funds, because you have to put in funds for people to come dig, you have to put in funds to buy chemicals so that you are able to just medicate your harvest.
And would you say that this financial state of farming is what that has kept people away from farming, since it sounds like it's something very expensive to actually endure?
Everything is just expensive in this world, mostly in Kenya. So it's all about yourself. When you decide, there's a saying in Kiswahili that says toa upate. So if you are someone that you just sit on your money, you'll not be able to get it. So if you have anything small, you just have to remove it, then wait for the results.
And as you're doing the practice of farming, how would you say you earn your living? How do you get money? Or let me put it as, do you get a profit?
Yeah, I get a profit because I'll go to the farm, like plant, let me say groundnuts. Then I wait for when it's on market, I go sell. Like maybe, let me say, there's something called future expectation in business. So you wait when the price is high, that's when you take your harvest to the market. From there you start selling, then you get a lot of money, that's how you survive.
As a farmer, apart from, let's say, the challenges of funds and maybe, what other challenges would you outline that you have faced across?
Okay, like where I am, sometimes, maybe let me give you an example when you plant maize. Let me say you have things like monkeys, they eat maize, you face them, you face like even the people themselves. You have people that they're just lazy, they wait for you to plant, you come steal your stuff, then go away. Those are some challenges that we face.
And these challenges that you've been able to face, have they never gotten you down to the point that you're not able to do your farming again? Let's say maybe you don't get enough profit, so you can't be able to put the next harvest.
Sometimes when you farm, you don't like only get profit. You don't just get profits every now and then. Sometimes you get, sometimes you don't. So it doesn't mean like when you don't get profit this year, you stop farming because you don't have the profit. You just have to continue so that maybe one day you'll get a lot of profit that you want.
Would you consider farming to earn your living?
I might consider farming to earn my living because it's what has made me who I am. Through it has made me like do a lot of things, come up with a lot of ideas.
Now Jesse, as we come to the end of our interview right now, give us your last words to the youth out there. The youth are people right now, we're looking at white collar jobs. you don't want to do something dirty or something that is termed to be not really for the 21st generation, what would you tell the people?
Okay, for me, I just tell them like to stop. They should not only look at the white collar jobs. We have many youth that are able to even do farming or do other things. When you are able to farm, just do it. Don't sit back and say, oh maybe my peers will see me and start laughing at me. You know, just do it. If you are able to do it, just go for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us for this interview. And thank you for our viewers for viewing this episode. We've all been about business and farming. Thank you for tuning in. Well, as you have heard from Masiga, the youth should stop focusing on white-collar jobs and embrace farming as a job too. Now, did you know that 70% of small businesses are owned and operated by one single person? Now you know. Let's take a break, but when we come back, a hyperlocal report.
Selena!
For you.
But these are old methods. Look at this.
When everything else in your house is from the present, then why are your toilet cleaning methods from the past? New Happy, all-in-one for you. Compared to other toilet cleaners, Happy removes stains, cures germs, and removes bad odors for shiny, clean, and fresh toilets.
Wow.
So you should also
Perfect. All-in-one challenge.
Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great this morning. So on today's episode we'll be talking about farming, and the question of the day is, how is farming considered for the uneducated people in the rural areas? So today I decided to take a stride on the streets to try and get some people who can answer such a question. So today I met with this gentleman over here. What's up?
Yeah, fine.
What's your name?
Huxley.
So Huxley, I have a question for you today. How do you think farming is considered for the uneducated people in the rural areas?
Okay, in my opinion, I think farming is considered for the uneducated people in the rural areas, simply because we know the cases of financial crisis in our rural areas. Sure. We see that many people don't go to school because of lack of school fees, lack of food. So according to me, the reasons why it is considered, it is because those people in the rural areas have to go to the farm, do farming, then after their crops and everything have grown, they harvest them. Then from the harvested crops, they go sell, they get some money, and some go back to school and pay for their school fees, some get food for their families. So in my opinion, I think it's considered for the uneducated people because of the financial crisis. So yeah, for me, it's right to say so.
So, but do you think the educated people can also do farming?
Yeah, even the educated can do farming, but you know, now they already have money and stuff to support themselves. So
they are exposed to.
Yeah.
So there you have it. So thank you for watching. Till next time, guys.
Well, that's all we had time for today, but as I wind up, I would like to leave you with a quote. Great things in business are not done by one person. They are done by a team of people. Be sure to stay tuned for the next episode, which will be about fashion and arts. This has been Word on the Streets. I have been your host, Caroline Waihoini.